I've been very inspired by things that have actually been happening in my life, in my career, and not the huge, big projects that I'm working on, but like the little things that are integrated into projects. We're talking about 5 different things that I do when I'm done with the first draft of a video. This changes for everybody. I have a different idea than my buddy John does, who runs more of an agency, versus the agency Oztech that I do the Under Armour work for. Usually the different scales of clients have different workflows for this, but I have ones that I've went through and tried and did different iterations of. This is my current one, and it'll probably change in 6 months from now. There will be something about it that changes, but it's a real thing that you have to do all the time and kind of check yourself and then make the client's whole life easy. First thing that I like to do is I like to export that first draft, and then you want to listen to it. This case happened in a documentary project where in Premiere, it sounds different than whenever you listen to the exported project. Sometimes for some reason, whether it's your headphones, your speakers, it doesn't sound the exact same whenever you're in the editing software. It's probably something to do with like the audio rendering in some sense, but so often I will export and be like, wow, that music is way too loud. Or I will export it and I'll be like, my voice is peaking and I didn't hear that it was peaking in Premiere. Yes, you can look at the audio levels when you're in Premiere, but sometimes that's accurate, sometimes it's not. Export your project and listen to it after you export before sending it to anybody. Second thing, kind of in the same vein as the audio one, you want to scrub through in any text in your video. Check for spelling errors. An easy way to add a whole round of revisions is not checking your spelling whenever you're sending your video. The video could be totally perfect, but whenever they say that there's a spelling error, you're gonna have to change it and re-export it inevitably and then resend it, all that. So save yourself the step. And it sounds so simple, but I have so many times found myself sending a video with spelling errors. So don't make that mistake like I do. The other thing, and we don't have to count this as a different example, but check that you color graded all of your clips. So often I will copy and paste the same color to similar settings clips. And if you don't go through and just scrub through to make sure none are in log, you might have forgotten one. And same thing, at the end, you might have had the audio stretch longer than the video. So there's 3 frames of just black screen. Little things like that, you can save yourself a whole bunch of headaches. Number 3, you want to write down things that were missing in this first draft that you want to ask the client about. In my case, it has been people's names, to label them for the interviews and their title, whatever they want their title to be. Could be trainer, could be mentor. Anything, you want to ask for the exact spelling of their name and what they want their title to be. This also could be if they mention wanting stock footage, maybe you put stock footage in, but it has a watermark on it because you don't want to purchase it yet. Also, if you're going through editing and you are missing some footage or you need to source footage from somewhere, but you don't know the details to find that, note that in your email so that the client understands that there might be some things missing, but you're aware that they are missing and we're all on the same page. Number 4, my 2 tools that I like to use are Google Drive and Frame.io. When it comes to sending a first draft of a video, I tend to lean more towards Frame.io. If you're not familiar with it, it is a tool where you can upload your video file, send your client a link, and they can make comments directly to it, so it gives you timestamps already. It's also a link that they will be able to share with their boss or their coworkers, and everybody can make comments under their own name, so I will know, okay, so my boss made this comment, and then their boss made this comment, and you see all the names there. Somewhere for everybody to make their comments so you don't have to send 6 different emails of revisions to different people. And then number 5, the last thing that I like to do is I like to make a different link that I can send to some of my friends. This is the first draft, and I'm not doing this for every single video, but I like to get my friends' opinions on the video whenever I'm sending it. Maybe it's before I'm sending it. Oftentimes, I'll have a first draft and I'll send it to a few people that I trust and know that they'll give me their honest opinion. I want them to give me some revisions so I can make those changes if I think it's great, not make those changes if I'm like, that's not the direction it's going. But I appreciate the feedback, and just all around, send it to people that you trust, because it might be nice to get somebody else's perspective before you just get absolutely ripped apart by the client. Overall, that's it. Those are the 5 things that I like to do whenever I'm done with the first draft. Make the client's life easier. Something to make your life easier whenever you're sending this: if you finish it in the afternoon, the end of the day, schedule an email to go out first thing the next morning, because I've had times where I'm so excited about a video and I'll send it right away. You get revisions already that afternoon and they're like, hey, we need them before tomorrow. But they weren't expecting the video till the next day. So just schedule an email to go out the next day. Give yourself the rest of the day to work on other projects, or just sulk in the fact that you're proud of this piece. And then the revisions are probably going to come, but you can put it off a day and have a clean slate and just get your mind off of that project for a little bit and go into it knowing I'm going to have revisions. There they are. But you sent the video the following day, so you got a fresh start. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.